Have you ever wondered if it's possible to treat diseases by simply modifying our genes? Well, welcome to the fascinating world of gene therapy, a field of science that's making this possibility a reality. Genes contain DNA, the code that controls much of the body's form and function. DNA controls everything from hair color and height to breathing, walking, and digesting food. Genes that don't work properly can cause disease. Sometimes these genes are called mutations. Gene therapy aims to fix a faulty gene or replace it with a healthy gene to try to cure disease or make the body better able to fight disease. It holds promise as a treatment for a wide range of diseases such as cancer, cystic fibrosis, heart disease, diabetes, hemophilia, and AIDS. The US Food and Drug Administration, FDA, has approved gene therapy products for several conditions, including cancer, spinal muscular atrophy, hemophilia, and sickle cell disease. But for most people, gene therapy is available only as part of a clinical trial. Gene therapy is a type of treatment that involves altering the genes inside your body's cells to stop disease. It's like spell checking a document, finding the typos or errors in our genetic code and then correcting them. But instead of using a keyboard or a pen, scientists use various tools to deliver the corrected genes into the cells. Gene therapy is done to fix genes that don't work properly. Faulty genes that cause disease could be turned off so that they no longer promote disease, or healthy genes that help prevent disease could be turned on so that they could stop the disease. Replace genes that don't work properly. Some cells become diseased because certain genes don't work properly or no longer work at all. Replacing these genes with healthy genes may help treat certain diseases. For example, a gene called p53 usually prevents tumor growth. Several types of cancer have been linked to problems with the p53 gene. If healthcare professionals could replace the faulty p53 gene, the healthy gene might cause the cancer cells to die. Make the immune system aware of diseased cells. In some cases, your immune system doesn't attack diseased cells because it doesn't see them as intruders. Healthcare professionals could use gene therapy to train your immune system to see these cells as a threat. Gene therapy has some potential risks. A gene can't easily be inserted directly into your cells. Rather, it usually is delivered using a carrier called a vector. The most common gene therapy vectors are viruses. That's because they can recognize certain cells and carry genetic material into the genes of those cells. Researchers change the viruses, replacing genes that cause disease with genes needed to stop disease. This technique presents risks, including unwanted immune system reaction. Your body's immune system may see the newly introduced viruses as intruders. As a result, it may attack them. This may cause a reaction that ranges from swelling to organ failure, targeting the wrong cells. Viruses can affect more than one type of cell, so it's possible that the changed viruses may get into cells beyond those that aren't working properly. The risk of damage to healthy cells depends on which type of gene therapy is used and what it's used for. Infection caused by the virus. It's possible that once the viruses get into the body, they may once again be able to cause disease. Possibility of causing errors in your genes. These errors can lead to cancer. Which procedure you have will depend on the disease you have and the type of gene therapy being used. For example, in one type of gene therapy, you may have blood drawn or you may have bone marrow removed from your hip bone with a large needle. Then, in a lab, cells from the blood or bone marrow are exposed to a virus or another type of vector that contains the desired genetic material. Once the vector has entered the cells in the lab, those cells are injected back into your body into a vein or into tissue. Then your cells take up the vector along with the changed genes. In another type of gene therapy, a viral vector is infused directly into the blood or into a selected organ. Talk with your healthcare team to find out what type of gene therapy would be used and what you can expect. Clinical trials of gene therapy in people have helped treat several diseases and disorders, including severe combined immunodeficiency, hemophilia and other blood disorders, blindness caused by retinitis pigmentosa, leukemia, inherited neurological disorders, cancer, heart and blood vessel diseases, infectious diseases. Although the number of gene therapy products on the market is limited, gene therapy research continues to seek new effective treatments for various diseases. It's real, it's happening, and it's revolutionizing the way we think about treating and preventing disease. You can ask your medical physician for more information and referral to related specialists.